All right, we're actually off for a weekend adventure this time.
It's not a day trip?
Not a day trip.
It's a weekend trip. Where are we going?
We are actually headed out to the Fredericksburg, Texas area, which is kind of a popular tourist area. But we are specifically going to a Bluegrass festival in famous Luckenbach, Texas.
Luckenbach, Texas. Willie and Waylon and the boys. You don't want me singing.
And we've booked a beautiful little B&B that's actually not quite even a half a mile down the road from Luckenbach. And we're gonna do a couple little stops along the way too. Just some other there's a really nice wine trail out in those areas and so on like that. So
it's a cool area, guys. It's Texas history, you know, with country music and whatnot, and Willie Nelson and all that. But multiple stages. It's an actual town that was created years ago for country music.
Yep.
And we've been there a couple times, and this video is probably going to be 1 or 2 or 3 different videos. We don't want to make it too long, but we're going to have fun, guys. We're going to show you some cool things, some wineries. And
it's festival season in Texas. So.
Yes, it is. And the weather's nice, and we're blessed with a lot of rain. I'm sure you saw that last video that we posted. But you ready to roll?
Let's go.
Let's go. We at?
Well, we're on sort of the back roads of I guess this is this Liberty Hill yet?
Yeah,
or?
Coming up on Liberty Hill. Guys, we live in a smaller town north of Austin. The deal is, when we moved into this little country neighborhood that we live in 22 years ago, there was nothing around just like this. But the city has kind of encroached around us. So we live in an urban country setting, but this is one of the smaller neighborhoods or towns. This is how it used to be where we live now. This town's called Liberty Hill. Still country. I smell a skunk. But it's a cool town. So here's an example of some of the small towns here in central Texas. This is Liberty Hill. Some of the old buildings back in the 1800s. The cool thing about it is a lot of these old buildings have been turned into like cool restaurants. Yeah,
there's a great brew pub right there.
Hell or High Water.
Hell or High Water.
Oh yeah, they got good food.
Good food.
We've got a Veterans Memorial Park over here.
And actually, I think we brought them here one time with the festival that we went to.
Yeah, we went to the festival, and here's
Parker's Corner Market.
Been around for
years. Famous market for the area.
Meat market.
Long-standing family. They've got a really good burger joint kind of in the back, and so on.
I guess it's our turn to go. Yep, with cool little towns. We'll show you the little towns as we go on our adventure this weekend.
All right, here we are kind of on the home stretch towards Fredericksburg. We are entering Johnson City, which is the hometown for Lyndon Baines Johnson, LBJ. And although there is some controversy about his politics and so on like that, one of the things I will say is that he and his wife, Lady Bird, had a particularly very positive support for Central Texas and all the beauty that it offers. So
it's a cute little downtown.
Yeah, there's a Lyndon Baines LBJ National Park is here. The national park is absolutely terrific. We may have to take you guys there sometime.
It is a cool park.
Lots of historical aspects to it. Living History Museum. And, you know, just, again, a lot of natural beauty. That's one of the things that he and his wife...
Definitely a lot of museum and history and, you know, politics aside, a lot of history, a lot of good education. So it's a cool little town. This town in particular during the Christmas holidays, they really go out in this courtyard
they light
area.
Up the courthouse. And...
Oh yeah, they decorate like crazy. There's little brew pubs, shops. But you guys are going to see a lot of cool things on this weekend trip. All right, next stop. What's our next stop?
Surprise.
Surprise. All right.
The Science Mill is a really neat kind of family-oriented
It was
place.
an old grist mill. They turned it into a museum.
Okay, Castle on the Hill Winery. So this is kind of the start of the Hill Country, Fredericksburg, Stonewall Winery Trail, and we just passed a couple.
So from Johnson City to Fredericksburg, which is kind of south west of Austin, it's called the Hill Country Wine Trail. So here in Texas, we are producing grapes, wine. It's kind of like California. We're really getting really good at making wine. So we're on the actual Hill Country Wine Trail. So many vineyards, so many wineries. It's pretty cool.
Actually, I think we've stopped at that one.
We might have. They're growing their own grapes too.
Coolman Cellars. All right, we're coming up on the entry to the LBJ National Park. All right, there's the entry.
We'll have to do a day trip.
Absolutely, it's a beautiful park. Again, Lady Bird and LBJ had a great appreciation for a lot of the natural beauty of Central Texas. Okay, folks, here's the place that we wanted to show you today.
Rhinory? Do they have rhinoceroses?
Called the Rhinery. We've never been here before, first time. But it's a winery that apparently is also a rhinoceros reserve sanctuary. So we're going to be sipping wine with rhinoceroses.
That's pretty. They got their vineyard and everything too. Look at that. Okay. Real nice landscape.
Yeah, very pretty.
The red yuccas. We are in the tasting room.
Lake is right out there in its glory.
Okay, so here at the Rhinery, they gave us a complimentary rosé tasting, and Michael and I decided to do all whites. And so they're gonna bring that out to us and let us do a full tasting of their white.
And there's an actual rhinoceros.
He's back there walking around. We can see him.
Look at that. We're gonna go out there later on.
This is from East Texas, and it's 11.2% alcohol in this. Our lightest white wine that we have goes great with any light cheeses. Nice appetizer wine.
It is very light, yes.
Right now it's about 2.5 acres. It's going to be not 7 to 10. It'll be 10 plus acres once we are done.
Wow.
So we're going to make sure it's nice and big for him and the females to do what rhinos do best.
All right.
All right, we got to hang out with the rhino. We got a little background on this guy, 4.5 years old, so he does actually look smaller. He's going to probably grow 2 more feet, and he's got girlfriends coming.
They're bringing him girlfriends
in about 2 or 3 years.
So they're gonna mate and breed, and hopefully there'll be baby rhinos, and we'll have to come back maybe in a couple years.
And this place is all about conservation. Apparently the owners went to South Africa and really got introduced to the poaching that kind of happens in those areas and things like that, and they decided, what's the combo? Wine and rhinoceroses. The Rhinery.
But no, they're doing good stuff, and it's really neat that they're going to preserve this animal. And we're heading off here right now to Luckenbach, which is about 7 miles away. We're going to our bed and breakfast.
Yes, it's called the Full Moon Inn. Please look it up on TripAdvisor. Really,
if you're local.
Well, TripAdvisor as well as just their website, Full Moon Inn. Fredericksburg is technically where they're at, and we'll kind of show you the place and just have some relaxing fun until our events tomorrow with the Bluegrass Festival.
And if you're not local, you know what? If you decide to come to Texas, hit us up. you can email us, and we'll give you tips and tricks on where to stay in Texas. All right, next step, let's go. Hey, buddy.
Scratching?
What you doing? Are you looking for that grass down there, aren't you?
Like that fresh grass.
Look at that, Rochelle. He came up right up to the fence. You're beautiful.
Ooh, he smacks.
Like a tank. Is that where we're staying? We're here. Full Moon Inn, bed and breakfast. That's what I'm talking about. All right, guys.
All right, here we are at our B&B. We are about half a mile from Luckenbach, which is sort of the dance hall concert sort of place that we're going to go for the festival tomorrow. And we're going to check out our place.
Our B&B, huh? Let's do it.
Okay, guys, we're checking into our room at the Full Moon Inn here in Fredericksburg, Luckenbach, Texas. And we have chosen the Prohibition Room, which is kind of their simplest, least expensive option.
Something simple.
Right outside of their kind of farm where they have their goats, their chickens, things like that. So come on in.
Are we going to do a tour of the whole property?
Absolutely.
All right, let's check out our room. I'm excited. I think it's pretty cool. The cool thing about this property, guys, is that the owners have integrated history.
Yeah, they call it the Prohibition Room. So again, very simple bathroom, just shower only, but then just sort of some highlights, like the water tank. They've covered it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
A wine barrel, and
They've got some artifacts.
Very simple. So up into the bedroom area. Now here's something fun.
Hold on. Oh, we got some whiskey barrels.
Here's something fun Michael discovered.
Oh, what is that?
It looks like a
little water valve. Oh, it kind of dims the light. Cool. We got a record player with some old records. A refrigerator. Are we going up the stairs?
And up into the bedroom.
All right. This is a cool little place. Little history. All right. Oh, what a cool little loft. And it's air conditioned. Again, some more history. A nice twin bed. We've got a fan, everything's air conditioned. That's a cool kind of vent. We got a TV, but we're not going to use that. Right? All right. Well, next time, next set, we'll go ahead and tour the property, right? Okay, cool.
All right, we're just kind of taking a tour of the Full Moon Inn property. One of the first places when you walk into is not only the office area here, but the Texas and Cowboy Indians in 1800s.
Yeah, this is an old 1800s.
Now, this property is owned by just a couple, just a really small Central Texas business, and so that they take a lot of care of their property and trying to be very, very personal. And frankly, we love our room for what we're here
Yeah, it's
for.
a pretty cool room. There's a lot of history here too. Some of these buildings have been around since the 1800s. As you can see, now this one is new. This one's an original. And you can see the limestone and the wood, the log cabin. So we're going to take a walk around and show you guys what's going on. You just can't get over how beautiful these old oak trees are. They're just beautiful. Michelle, look how big that oak tree is. Cool thing about this place is they have a little outdoor kind of dance hall. So if you want to rent it out for a wedding or something like that. You got a little friend over there, don't you, Rochelle? Kind of a little dance hall. Kind of cool. You like that? Yeah, they got animals here. It's a really nice bed and breakfast. You're spoiling the babies, aren't you? So they've got a chapel here. It's really beautiful. So if you want a private wedding, you can come into the chapel and have your friends and family stay at the bed and breakfast. It's really pretty. Of course, it's locked right now, but it's a really simple little chapel.